All right.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a pillow.
Everybody should have a pillow. Okay. Can you hear me okay? Do I sound okay to you?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound fine. In my ears, I don't sound very loud. But could be my problem. Anyway, let's see. I have some videos to pull up.
Okay, very good.
But I can do those after we get started. I got to put this in this here. And I've got these. Nope, I don't. Let's see. Turn those on. TDPC, TriCaster. Let's see how loud this is. Okay. Are you ready to do a thing?
I am ready.
Burke, are we good to do a thing?
Yeah, you're good.
You want to come show everybody your shirt? I don't know if the camera will show your shirt. You have to. Where were you going?
Okay.
Burke's got a shirt. Where you go? What camera are you going to get in front of, Burke? Okay, let me get that routed here. We're gonna.
Oh, Burke's going to be on camera tonight?
No, just his shirt.
Just his shirt.
Which camera, Burke? One. Is it on?
Yes. Try two.
Is his shirt on?
How about the jib?
No, New York City stopped with the telephone books.
Okay. Okay. Here's Burke's shirt.
Oh, okay. My first
knife fight.
From VTech, my first knife.
Knife fight.
I saw that.
All right. So, I'm ready. You're ready. Recordings are going. Burke has got a fun shirt on today. This is GizFiz number 520, recorded on Wednesday, April 14th, 2023.
No, April 12th. Isn't it April 12th?
Recorded on Wednesday, April 12th, 2023. And it begins in 3, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for...
It's the Giz Fiz with the Giz Wiz. It's kind of like Cheese Whiz. It's the Giz Fiz. And now your host, mathematics writer and the Giz Wiz, Dick DeBartolo.
Welcome to regular, unimproved Giz Fiz. I guess totally unimproved Giz Fiz. Okay, so on tonight's show, instead of a chat room celebrity of the week, we're going to talk about a celebrity who just left us, Al Jaffe from Mad. Al and I knew each other for more than 50 years. And strangely, I just saw it again on my calendar. Yesterday, it says lunch with Jaffe and Sam Viviano. And Jaffe is 102. And Sam Viviano, who was the art director when Mad was in New York City, said, Dick, I'll call Jaffe Monday afternoon and just make sure he's fine with company coming over. So Monday afternoon, Sam called and said, lunch is off. Jaffe had passed away. So it was very traumatic. I mean, at 102, you're not terribly surprised, except he was still seeing people. And his birthday was only last month. And I called him on his birthday, and I could tell with the background noise, a lot of people were there. And the woman said, who is it? And I said, tell Jaff, it's Dick DeBartolo from Mad. And she must have mispronounced my name, because I heard Jaffe say, you mean Dick DeBartolo? Give me the phone. And I thought, God, 102, he still knows my name. Anyway, so I'm going to start with a little video that explains a lot of stuff about Al. And then I can tell some encounters, fun things we did with Al and for Al. So we'll start with the video.
Longtime fans of Mad Magazine are remembering Al Jaffe this morning. He was an award-winning cartoonist at the Humor magazine who only retired 3 years ago at age 99. He was responsible for Mad's snarky, snappy answers to stupid questions. This one from 2011. A driver asking, "Was I speeding?" And among the cops' answers, "No, I got lonely and decided to stop you for a little chat." And he created Mad's Fold-In when Playboy began the Fold-Out. This was one from 1964, featuring Elizabeth Taylor and husband Richard Burton. And when it folds in, Taylor is kissing another man. The quote, "Next in line." Longtime World News Now contributor Dick DeBartolo was colleagues with Jaffe at Mad for decades. They were supposed to have lunch today. He told us about his friend.
Al Jaffe was amazing. I loved his work before I worked for Mad. And when I sent my first piece in, they said, Al did something similar. Is it okay if we combine your piece with his? And I said, what, are you kidding? That my first byline would be with me and Al Jaffe? I said, yes. And it was. And when I called him on his 100th birthday, he said, "Dick, if you hear of any work," he said, "I don't want to do any more Mad work, because if you hear of anything that you think is interesting, give me a buzz, because I'm still interested." I said, "Jaffe, you are my hero, a man at 100 who's still looking for work."
Our thanks to our friend Dick D. Al Jaffe's family says he passed away from multiple organ failure. He was 102 years old.
What a life and what a career.
Anyway, that was from yesterday's World News Now. So a couple of very funny.
Longtime fans of Mad Magazine are remembering Al Jaffe this morning. He was.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. So one of the funniest things Jaffe ever said is, when you worked for Mad back in the days when Bill Gaines, the founder and publisher of Mad, ran it, if Mad bought and published more than 25 pages of your material in a given year, you were eligible for the Mad trip, which was usually 20 to 25 of the usual gang of idiots. So, and the trips it depended on how well Mad did. If Mad did so-so, we went to New Orleans or Disneyland. If Mad had a great year, we went to Japan. We went to Paris. We went to Rome. And this particular year, we went to Africa. All right. So we're at the hotel, and they tell everybody to go out into the backyard and to huddle around the big fire. There's a huge fire, which is to keep away wild animals. So we're all sitting there, about the 20 of the Mad guys, and two people from another group come out, and they had learned inside that it was the Mad group out there. And they came out, and one woman said, "What is the staff of Mad Magazine doing in the middle of Africa?" And Jaffe said, "We're on a tour of Puerto Rico booked by a really stupid travel agent." So that was one of my favorites. And then in Switzerland, the guys are walking into the restaurant, and there's a huge picture window out onto the Alps with snow and clouds, and you can see forever. And Jaffe comes in and points to the window and said, "Only in New York City can you get views like that." So, and also we played a lot of playing tricks on each other at Mad is kind of fun, because you never, ever let them in on the joke. And one day we're at a dinner in some foreign country, and we divide the check up, and I said, "Al, it's $15. And Al said, "It's $50? I said, "No, it's $15. He said, "Oh, okay." And so I said to Nick Meglin, one of the co-editors, I said, you know what, Nick? Al would have paid $50 for dinner. And I said, why don't we manage, either you or I will sit next to him at every dinner. And when they divide up the check, let's add like $20 to what he owes. And we'll figure out at the end of the trip what to do with it. We did this for the 10 days of the, whatever it was. I remember we had like $230. And they said, what are we going to do with the money? So Nick said, you know what? Let's have the manager get us into the room, and we'll just put $230 in an envelope in his suitcase, and we'll never mention it. Well, we didn't mention it, and he never did. And one day, I, and Nick Meglin were having lunch at the Society of Illustrators. And I said, Al, did you ever find an envelope full of money in your suitcase? He goes, that has driven me freaking crazy. Why, do you know anything about that? Yeah, I said, well, first of all, it's your money. And then I told him how we had collected it. And so we had a good laugh about that. All right. So I have a couple of, so Al loves gadgets and devised many articles with gadgets. And I sent John just the opening page of a couple of articles we worked on together, so we can just take a quick look at them. And then we'll start with No Frills Airline Travel Gimmicks. Okay. Al Jaffe drew it. Frill-free toilet accommodation. This is No Frills Flying. So there's the you could be a standee. You could buy space in the overhead bin. You could be shipped along with your dog in cargo. Or you could use the no airbags. It was just the air sickness trough. And we can go to the next article, which is next up. Oh, everyday scenes we like to see. This kind of. I'll just read one or two of them. Scenes we'd like to see. The postman is saying, "Oh, okay, yeah." The TV repairman say, hey, "You know, it was just a fuse. Just give me 30 cents." And another one down there. You can scroll on down. I love the postman. The postman said, "You know, I accidentally tore the cover of that magazine I delivered yesterday. I went out and bought you a perfect copy." All right, we can move on to the next article because I think I picked 7 of them that we worked on. And next up is, a peek behind the scenes at a health spa. And you know, I can't even remember any of these. And we don't rush people into signing for this once-in-a-lifetime special discount. But it does end in 15 minutes. Anyway, we can go on to the next one. The spider web on the postman's bag is very funny. Oh, future phone gimmicks. All right. This is where you could, the phone, I believe, is making up the excuse. Just scroll down a little because I can't remember these. My son is very sick. He's bedridden and he can't come to school today. On the press of a button, it changes your voice into someone else's. Fine tuning lets you recreate any voice perfectly. This device is invaluable for making authentic sounding excuses in school, business, and personal relationships. So Disguise a Phone was one. Al Jaffe also, it was one of his articles, was a way to end the parking problem is to put Ferris wheels on every block. And then you would drive up and instead of a car that you got in, you just put a car on a ramp and that would go up and up and up and up. And then you could have like 36 to 50 cars on a Ferris wheel. Okay, the next follow-up report on progress. And we'll start with, in the old days, you're out of the house. Important messages were never communicated. With an answering machine, messages are always communicated. Is that the end of that? Of course, it needs a punchline. Okay. In the old days, soda contained, I'm skipping over the place. Today, soda is sugar-free. It just contains NutraSweet, saccharin, and other wonderful modern chemicals. And you can see the shadow of the guy as a skull and crossbones. We'll do one more. And the last one is Guide to Stereo. Okay, how sound waves travel. And then the guy is really unhappy with his with his setup. So you can see that he has thrown his amplifier. You can see how old it is. Amplifier has tubes. So the kid he's learned that sound makes waves, and to reproduce the wave principle, he throws his stereo in the lake. Also, Jaffe and I did Mad Guide to Self-Improvement. Okay. And there were some great, I only opened the page to one. I thought it was kind of funny, is when you dress like an executive, people treat you like an executive. And you see this one guy, everybody's around him asking questions and advice and asking him to sign forms. And then under there, it says, this executive works from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. And then it shows another guy standing at a water cooler, just wearing chinos and a T-shirt. And it said, this man is also an executive, but he doesn't look like an executive. No one asks him anything. He comes in late. He leaves early. No one cares because he doesn't look like an executive. So that was one of the tips you could find out in the Guide to Self-Improvement. Okay, there was another video about how Al did the fold-in. Do you have that, John? If not, I can just explain it.
Let me look.
Okay, there was the one I said, you think we can play this? And you said yes. If not, I will just explain it.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
There it comes. Stop. It wants to play. I don't want it to play yet. Okay, I've turned the volume up now.
After the first year of Mad Magazine in 1953, I think it was, Time Magazine referred to Mad as a short-lived fad. And now, 50-umpteen years later, Mad is still around, and I don't think Time Magazine is doing too well. My name is Al Jaffe. I've worked for Mad Magazine for 53 or 4 years. I happened to be going through old magazines. One of them was an old copy of Playboy, and I was looking at the centerfold, and then I had an old copy of Time Magazine, which also had a centerfold. And I thought, everybody's doing these fancy, expensive, colorful fold-outs. Mad Magazine, which had no color in it except the front and back covers, I said, why doesn't Mad have a cheap black and white fold-in? I figured that would be the end of it, like a one-time gag. Little did I know that my next one is going to be number 515. I never see the folded version until I get the magazine. Mad's job was to make fun of authority and to make fun of people that we trust who sometimes don't deserve to be trusted. It didn't matter whether a Democrat was in the president's office or a Republican was in the president's office. Bush got it and Clinton got it. They all got it. But I think most of all, we were out there to have some fun. Essentially, I think comedy is based on surprise. You can go back to the earliest days of a human being when it's a little baby, and if the parent holds the baby in his or her hands and makes believe that you're going to throw the baby, but you don't. The baby starts giggling and laughing. What is the surprise in comedy writing? You know, there's the setup, and then there's the punchline. You're teasing your audience, you're surprising your audience, you're taking them down one path and suddenly switching them over to another path. And for me, the language of comedy is cartooning. And the basic language of cartooning is to make people laugh without words. It is trickier to try and do it just with the drawing.
But as I grew older, I developed a greater appreciation for Mad's so-called usual gang of idiots. And perhaps no member of that usual gang has been more idiotic than the great inventor of the Mad Fold-In, Al Jaffe.
When I met Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart and the people who worked for them, the writers who worked for them, all of them were so nice to me, primarily because they had grown up with Mad and they were influenced by Mad, and they said that maybe without Mad they wouldn't be where they are today. And I find inspiration now from them. So, you know, it goes in a circle.
You have repeatedly shown artistry and care of great credit to your field. But you know, there's a simpler way to say that.
It's no secret, I'm 89 years old, and 89-year-old people are lying in nursing homes. I may not be in a nursing home, but I'm not up to speed on everything. I think, you know, at some point, no one will want me to do anything anymore because I'll become old-fashioned or old hat or incompetent, who knows, or incontinent. But up till now, and currently, I'm still able to do the job, and people are willing to hire me at Mad, and people are willing to publish a book that I have illustrated, and I think as long as they want me, I'm going to be there. You know, the creative juices never stop.
That's pretty neat, isn't it?
That was awesome.
Yeah. And I'll tell you one of Jaffe's favorite things is Bill Gaines was going to some event and he had a chauffeur-driven limousine for the event. And Jaffe said, "Bill, can you drop me off at my new apartment?" He said, "I moved in and everybody there is very elegant. And the doormen hardly hold the door for me because they think I'm nothing special. If they see me step out of a limousine, I might get better treatment. So will you drop me off?" And he said, so the limo pulls up and Gaines jumps out of the limo first and said, Mr. Jaffe, has everything been okay?" And Al said, yeah, I guess so. And Bill got in and closed the door. And he said, from that day on, I was treated very differently and with great respect, thanks to Gaines jumping out of the limo for me. Anyway, that's it. I'll take a couple of questions. If not, we'll just move on to George's photographs. Al stopped with, when he was 99 years old, he stopped doing the fold-ins. But a young man, I've never met him, I think his name is, I think it's Johnny Sampson, sent Al Jaffe a fold-in. And he said, "You're my inspiration. I made a fold-in just to show you, hopefully, that you might think it's okay." And Jaffe wrote him back and said, "I think this is great." He said, "I am retiring very shortly. I will give this to the folks at Mad and suggest that you do them. And that guy got the job. So that's the only thing new.
Cool.
You know, Mad is all reproductions now, except for the cover and the fold in. So
Awesome.
now Johnny Sampson, I think it is. Boy, you know what? Jaffe's, I think Jaffe might have 7 or 8 books out. His first Snappy Answer book sold like 1.2 million copies. His second Snappy Answer book was over 1 million. Our book, I don't know how our book did. Probably did pretty good because Jaffe's art. Well, you know what? With Mad, it's very funny. Mad, well, right now, Mad is one person. But back in the Mad days when Bill was around, Mad was only 11 people. Everybody worked, including Jaffe, worked in their own offices and would just bring the work in. So Jaffe would come in maybe once a month. Nick, one of the co-editors, and Jaffe and I tried to have lunch once a month at this great place called Society of Illustrators. It was a museum, but they had a very small restaurant. And Thursday was Turkey Day. So once a month, we made sure we went up for Turkey Day. And so it was Jaffe, Nick, and I. You know, I believe there is a book called Fold This Book. Demo said this could be the best chat room celebrity ever. Yeah, so if you want to be chat room celebrity of the week, just pass on. Okay, anything else? Okay, we'll move over to, anyway, chat room, thanks for letting me do this. It was
I have something.
Sort of you found something?
Yeah.
Did you say?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
I lost it. It was a picture of Al Jaffe and another guy from like high school.
Oh my God! Yeah, someone just posted it in.
Oh.
There it is.
I can't click on a link in the chat.
Oh, okay. It's Will Elder.
Yeah.
I
saw that.
Was early on in the days of Mad. Harvey Kurtzman and Will Elder. And Will Elder went on. They left Mad and started little Annie Fanny, is it? For Playboy, because they could really draw women with boobs. Okay. All right. We're going to do photos from George Davis. And here is photo number 1. Oh my, they almost look like that. It's 2 ladybugs and they are facing each other and they're on a leaf. I won't read into it more than that because you make up whatever caption you want. 2 ladybugs facing each other on a green leaf. But you are the lady. No, you are. So do you come here often? Love the boobs, lady boobs. Another, do you come here often? Don't tell anybody, but I'm a man bug. That's funny. I refuse to marry you. Do you want to be my lady? Hey, lady, bug off. This is my leaf. Ladybug Terrace. I believe you're in my way. What did one ladybug say to the other? You bug me. Meeting of bugs gossip. Hey, do you leaf around here? Do you meet all your bugs here? Together we're 14. Butt heads for leaf. Fly away home. Let's go out for a drink. That's no lady. That's my wife. Cute bugs times 2. I'm afraid there's not enough room on this leaf. That's no lady. That's my wife. Want to meet here again next Tuesday? Hey, this leaf isn't big enough for the 2 of us. Yes, it is. I'm a prettier bug than you. Lady butt dancing with the bugs. And we'll end with Demos. Ladybug head butt. Okay. And George said, for the 2 ladybugs, My caption is, you're the first one I've ever seen with the same amount of dots as me. Okay. Photo number 2. Oh, my word. Lady looking into the oven where there is an apple pie baking. Lady looking into an oven where an apple pie is baking. Ladybugs all have 7 dots. Is that true? Oven gremlin about to attack. 1 Mount Vesuvius to go. There's a ghost haunting that pie. It does look like that. Mrs. Olson, meet Betty Crocker. It's National Pie Day. Let's celebrate. Giz Fiz Pie Central. Don't bake the camera. Oh, ladybugs have 7 dots. That's why I said together we're 14. Boy, you learned something on this show. Looks like pepperoni deep dish pizza. Try my apple pie surprise. Which one of us is being heated? Do you know how many ladybugs died for this pie? Oh no, I put the camera in the oven and it melted. How do you tell what kind of pie it is? Vape smoke pie is ready. How does Alton Brown get that camera not to melt? Not now, unoccupied. Hansel and Gretel didn't end up the way they hoped. An apple pie a day keeps the doctor away. Oh, that's where I left my camera. And we'll end with J-Mez. Weird. I put in a souffle and I took out a pie. George said, for lady looking into the oven at her apple pie, my caption is, I make these pies every other day and never get tired of eating them. Okay. Photo 3. I guess Indian head coins, or one of them is. United States coins, really old. One of them is dated 1897. 3 really old coins. Old money. Okay. Wow.
Chat room is stumped.
Yeah, I know. Coins almost as old as me. And you thought Bitcoins were worthless. I have these coins because I'm getting ready to go back in time. Well, now they're coming in, found in the oldest sofa in America, heads or tails, cashing in Grandpa's holdings. 1897 was a good year, I think. Some ladybugs just have 2. The 2-spot ladybug. These used to get you 10 bottles of Coca-Cola. It's a tip from a very old person. Disneyland pocket change. This could buy you a lot more than apple pie back in the day. And we'll end with empty pockets. Al Jaffe's first paycheck. All right, Martron said, you use my antique coins at the laundromat? All right. Jaffe said, Jaffe. George says, for the photo of royal rare coins, my caption is, if this Indian head penny were in better condition, it would be worth $5,000. Oh, that's an Indian head penny. Wow. Okay, photo 4. Oh, they're not around anymore. It's chocolate bunnies. It is a tray of chocolate bunnies. Candy clearance sale. I bet you're right. These bunnies sure do multiply fast. Another, they're multiplying. They know something. That's funny. Easter Bunny is always demented after Easter. These bunnies breed like rabbits. What I woke up to when Easter lands on 4/20, ready for Orthodox Easter 4/16. I walked in the door and they all turned and looked at me. They still have ears. Getting ready for next Easter already. IRC 2023 group photo. We ain't that tricks ain't for kids. We say that tricks ain't for kids. We survived another Easter. Let's beat it. Smuggling milk chocolate bunnies in a matching tray. Something rings hollow. And we'll end with K Woods. These bunnies leave me hollow. Yeah, some of those bunnies with thin chocolate with nothing inside. Let's see, George said, for the chocolate bunnies, my caption is, at our company, we had over 500,000 orders for these at Easter, an improvement over last year's orders. Okay, photo 5. It's just a lady sitting by a brook reading a book. Lady by brook reading book. Wow, solid chocolate bunnies. I don't think I even had one of those. I had thick chocolate bunnies, but not solid.
You know, those rocks don't look very comfortable.
No, they don't. I think she's holding the book upside down also. It looks like the heavy type. That would be the paragraph heading or the chapter heading. Doesn't it? I have an idea that it says, sit on the rocks. I don't want to sit on the rocks. Sit on the rocks and pretend you're reading. Book by the brook. Looks like Sunday afternoon near my house to me. Had to check the toes to see if this was an AI image. Reading how to fly fish. Glasses and book made me look like a professor. Brooke reading a book by the brook. This book is off to a rocky start. What? Only 5 toes? Yeah, 5. Oh, what is that?
It's looking pretty weird to me.
It looked like someone's finger is.
Her small toe is pretty big.
God, that is weird. Only 5 toes. Book title: How to Escape a Flash Flood. Rustic Outdoor Book Club. What was I thinking? Now my bum is plumb numb. These glasses make me look smart. Low tide. Hold the pose. These rocks chafe. She's reading Mad's Upside Down magazine. Looks like a 6th toe. Yeah, someone else saw that. That's her other foot, guys. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Who did that? That's her other foot.
So that's the big toe on her left foot.
Okay. Thank you, Zerjin. Okay. And Mr. Dave. She's trying to attract a school of fish. Demos too. That's her other toe. 1 leg, 6 toes. In the winter, she would be in the water. And we'll end with, no, it's just 1 leg with 6 toes. Dwindle challenges the chat room. Okay, George said, for a girl sitting by a stream reading a book, my caption is, I come here most weeks to read because it's so relaxing and calm. Okay, 6 of 6 is girl leaning on a Volkswagen. Okay, she's sitting on the hood and she's got a suitcase.
And appears to be behind some kind of blue filter of some sort.
Yeah. And she's got a coolers of Coke, a Coke cooler on the roof. Well, you can do a lot with this because the license says Broadway and she's got luggage. Let's see. On my way to Broadway, poser. This is how Travel Magazine does centerfolds. A bug with no dots. Jammer B's next Volkswagen EV. Jammer B's next real car. Volkswagen brings back the retro bug. Don't push it into the ocean. Rock and roll hippie lifestyle. Trunk has all the sound equipment. A ladybug. Dang, now that Bill walked, I'm stuck. Don't know how to drive a stick. Gave up on Broadway. Just going to enjoy the beach life now. And we'll end with car hits girl on beach, says Morgus. Okay, and George says, for a girl leaning on her car, my caption is, I just graduated from college. Now I'm about to leave on a long deserved vacation. Okay, fun facts from George Davis. Oh, we can do this as a guessing thing. Since 1945, how much money has the toy Slinky made? Since 1945, I guess it should be the company. How much money has the toy Slinky made? $10 million. $500 million. 100 million. Wow, Stooge says 2 billion. 200 million. It's had its ups and downs, says Empty Pockets. $783 million, 42 cents. None. They didn't pay the Slinky anything. 220 million, 250 million. Probably got 2 million just from Toy Story. Boy, it's been around, 50 years? Who can do math faster than me? How many years since 1945? How many years ago is that?
78.
Okay, wow. How much money did it make in 78 years? $3 billion, says Magoo. I'm going with $900 million. $900 million.
I'll say 100 million.
100 million. Okay. Since 1945, how much money has the toy Slinky made? Over $1 billion. And you know what? Who remembers the story? Wasn't it? Did the Navy invent it? They were looking to some kind of a spring for an airplane or something. And the guy had designed this and it fell off the table and it just went, and then it didn't work out for the Navy. And the guy said, well, you know what? I could just sell this as a toy. Okay. Oh, this is a great question. What percentage? Oh, there it is. Oh, here it is. 1943. Richard James was working to devise a spring that could keep sensitive ship equipment steady at sea. After accidentally knocking samples off a shelf, he watched in amazement as they gracefully walked down instead of falling. Wow. Wow. All right, this is a great question, George. What percentage of a car's life is spent being parked in a year? What percentage of a car's life, I guess, does it spend being parked? in a year?
Well, I can tell you my car is 95% parked.
Okay. Demos. Oh, wow. Demos is 95, 80, 87, 98, 95.
I drive 15 minutes to work, 15 minutes home. So that's half an hour a day.
Boy.
So that is, wait, so there's 24, so that's 148. So that's about 5%. So 95.
Okay. So your answer is 95?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. What percentage of a car's life is being parked in a year? 95%. And it's higher in Manhattan for the following reason. And it's very funny because the people next door just proved this, is getting a parking space in New York City is so difficult that when you get one, unless you have to like drive to New Jersey, you just take a cab or a train. And the woman was saying, I can't get him to move the car to go anywhere because he's got a spot right in front of our house. So, so I know this from boating. All right. It was a Coast Guard statistic. How many hours in a boating season, which is usually between 6 and 8 months, how many hours in a boating season is the engine used? Okay. How many hours in a boating season does a boat owner actually use his engine? 100 hours? No, we're doing hours. Power. Talking about power boat. 10. We're doing hours. How many hours? 30 hours a season, 150 hours.
So a season is like once a year there's a season. It's about 4 or 5 months. Is that something right?
Yeah. See, a boating season in Manhattan is 7 months. Most places it's 6 months. 50, 50, 50.
I was going to say
37.
50, but it's much too popular an answer.
65.
Yeah, I'm going with 65. That, forget those 50 people.
Okay, according to the Coast Guard, this is like 10 years ago now, but it probably hasn't changed much. The average boater uses his engine for 50 hours a season. So chat room, you're very good. Most car horns honk in the key of -F. Chat room, is that a key?
Well, there's sharps, like F sharp. I don't know, -F. But sharp is like a hashtag, £sign.
Oh, it's a note?
Flat. Okay, it's a flat, or it's a minor.
Okay. Because it's a little dash in the middle of an F.
Come on, we got to have some kind of musician out there in the chat room.
Most cars hunk in the key of, there it is. Burke, that is exactly what is on this paper.
-F?
It's very low grade. Oh, okay.
F minor.
Well, okay, let's guess on this too. On average, I guess we're talking gas cars here. On average, how many parts are there in a moving car?
Wow.
On average, how many parts in a moving car? 3,000? 175? No.
These aren't moving parts. These are parts.
There's parts.
Lots of parts.
Yeah, I mean parts, like 10,000. No, parts. The question is just parts.
Well,
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. On average, there are over blank moving car parts in a car.
Okay, over.
Yeah.
So over one. There's more than one. I'm saying there's more than one.
30,000, 75,000, 2,000. Okay. On average, there are over 20,000 moving car parts in a car. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of moving parts.
It reminds me of my favorite thing about why people love trains, or why people love steam trains, is because the steam locomotive is the only machine devised by man where almost all the moving parts are on the outside. And that's pretty true.
Very interesting.
Yeah. You have the steam boiler inside, does nothing. It's like boiled water. But everything else is chugging and moving and sliding on the outside. Oh, and then this is a very interesting fact. All right. You want to guess how many parts in an electric car? How many moving parts in an electric car?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I'm going to say 20.
Okay. 36. Jim B's in for 20. 45.
Well, you got the windshield wipers.
Okay. 60. All right. I am now going to read George's answer. There are 20 or less moving parts in an electric car, and that's why there is hardly any maintenance cost and no emissions. Thank you, chat room.
I would argue that is not why there's no emissions. The number of parts does not affect the emissions.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Thank you, chat room, for joining us for the show. We always have a good time. We always try to have a good time. Okay. Stay happy, stay healthy until the next time. Bye, George. George, this is great. Okay. We'll do a couple of logo.
We're moving right along into this show, Dick.
Yes.
So,
did you want to do?
Well, we're 53 minutes into the show.
Oh, we are. So we go right to match game?
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, okay, because you want to go home. Okay. All right, let me just...
There's music streaming. I want to go here.
Oh, okay, very good. Call Alex. I'll call Dennis. And... and we'll do a match game. Okay. All right, chat room. Okay, there's a brand new science fiction movie that was shot at a delicatessen. It's called The Attack of the Giant Blank. There's a brand new science fiction movie shot at a delicatessen. It's called The Attack of the Giant Blank. Wait a second. What happened to... Wait a minute. What? Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, Dennis, you can just answer this by saying it. Okay. There was a new science fiction movie shot at a delicatessen called The Attack of the Giant Blank.
Pastrami.
The Attack of the Giant Pastrami. Oh, you got a match. Is Alex with us?
He is.
Alex. Okay, at the deli, the Attack of the Giant Salami. Okay, is Burke playing?
Yes. Oh, he's playing in chat.
Okay, he's going to do it in chat.
Well, it's probably gone far away in chat now.
Okay.
What was your answer, Burke? Wiener Schnitzel. That's a match.
Okay. And Jam B, your answer is The Attack of the Giant Sausage. And I got to match The Attack of the Giant Pickle. Match Dwindle.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, because they're scary. Pickles are scary, especially giant pickles. At the most expensive restaurant in the world.
How expensive was it?
They charged $20 just for blank. At the most expensive restaurant in the world, they charged $20 just for blank. All right. Okay, I got matches. That's all I care about. Okay, Dennis. At the most expensive restaurant in the world, they charge $20 just for. Oh, you got matches too? They charge $20 just for a reservation. I got matches. They charge $20 just for water. Jammer B, they charge $20 just for entry. Seating you. That's okay. Alex, they charge $20 just for air. I don't think you got anything. And Burke, most expensive restaurant in the world, they charge $20 just for distasteful looks. No. Give him a buzz. Okay.
It is actually a good answer.
Say again?
I think Burke's is a good answer, even though he didn't have a match.
Oh, okay. Dumb Door was so dumb. She thought Orson Welles' brother was Blank Wells.
She is.
Dumb Door was so dumb. She thought Orson Welles' brother was Blank Wells. There were two very good answers. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to do I'm going to do the funnier one, which won't get a match, and then we'll do one more, and then this will be over. Wishing wells, water wells, oil wells. Doug Wells, Rosebud. Okay, Jammer B, we're going to start with you. Dumb Door was so dumb she thought Orson Welles' brother was Blank Wells, oil wells. Okay, I got a lot of matches with Wishing Wells. Charlie, you can be next because Jammer B is going to go home soon. And Dennis said, oh, Dawn Wells. I think you might have you did get a match, Johnny Monday and Stooge. We know Dawn Wells. We knew Dawn Wells. Alex, so dumb. Orson Welles' brother was Snack Wells. I think that's a brand, right?
It's a
Burke.
great answer. It's a great answer. We just didn't have any matches.
Oh, okay. And Burke's answer? Orson Welles' brother was Biggie Wells?
Again, no matches.
No, but that is, and it's not even a good answer.
Correct. Not a good answer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've gone up to an hour here. Worst cookies ever. We're we'll put the camera down. Charlie's going for a grooming Friday. So let's see Charlie in his original fur. Charlie, oh my God, Charlie. Overhead lights, please. Charlie, oh my God, Charlie. Here you go. Charlie, look it. Charlie Cam. Oh boy, Charlie. Yay. Come on, Charlie. Okay, Charlie. Kissy, kissy boy. Yeah, okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been regular, old-fashioned, unimproved Giz Fiz. Brought to you by Turtle Wax. Wait a minute. All regular, old-fashioned, unimproved Giz Fiz is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman, Dick DeBartolo, Charlie the Dog, Jammer B, Alex Gumpel, Bargain Basement Burke, Myra Joyce, Becky, Al Jaffe, Ranger Rick, Caesar, Scooter X, Bill in Michigan, Mime Artist, Magoo, Dwindle, Travis MC, Giz One, Mr. Dave, Loke, Pack NW, J Mez, Equanabe, and ZX, brought to you by Turtle Wax. It's not just for turtles anymore. All right, so Jammer B will skip the song for tonight, right?
Well, these songs are like 2 or 3 minutes long at the most.
Okay,
We're gonna
okay.
play the song. We're gonna play.
Okay,
before I play it. I'm sorry.
No, what show are you going to?
No, Humphreys is they're in Florida somewhere, and they're live streaming the audio. It started at 5,
okay.
so I'm going to hear the second set. So
Okay.
I'm just going to listen to the show.
Okay.
I want to point out that Sunday was Tom Lehrer's birthday, and some guy named Steve Schwartz, who is an atomic analyst, made a tweet with this quote from Tom Lehrer. And I'd like to read the quote.
Okay.
About why he did those songs. He says, all of these songs were part of a huge scientific experiment, scientific project, to which I had devoted my entire life, namely the attempt to prolong adolescence beyond all previous limits. All right.
Sounds like Mad Magazine.
So the song I've selected for today, I think this is about Boy Scouts. So let us listen to Be Prepared. See you next week.
See you next week. Chat room, a Giz Wiz tomorrow night. And we'll be back next Wednesday with the Giz Fiz. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.